Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, Hashem, Kakadash, Shalom to the 144,000. Rest of the elect out there, Shalom to you all. I'm just responding to a well, it's so it's a to the Captain Tazarek is a slanderer and a reprobate. So the title I'm going to give the video is, what constitutes an underage girl? You can deal, in this man's law system, you can deal with the Bible. My thing is, what constitutes a underage girl, or being an underage girl? So let's just listen. I'm not gonna make this long at all. It's a question for Tazarek. I'm throwing the ball back in his court. Oh, you laying with you having relations with an underage? What is meant by an underage girl in this system and in Israel? Because it was a different definition back in the ancient world. So let me let it play. I'll let you hear a little bit of it, and you can watch the whole video.
GMS teach what you can do with underage girls. GMS had.
You hear that? You hear this guy?
Let me bring this back.
You hear this guy? So I throwing down. These are facts. In the summer of 2007, we started putting up our videos, the street speaking videos.
Underage girls.
Open. So we're the avant-garde of this Hebrew Israelite thing. I was watching.
Garfield's in the chat saying.
Let's check it out. Let's listen to what he had to say.
So don't. I gotta say this part. Garfield's in the chat. Garfield's in the chat saying, "What was that post about GMS? Y'all want to know something heavy? Gorilla Hebrew comes out of GMS. He comes out of GMS.
So did you. You came out of GMS too, Captain Zariak.
So I guess he's kind of putting it out there that we taught him how to peg. This is how you get pegged, brother. This is how you, what does have him being bent over by a woman getting pegged, according to what she said. Okay, he denies it, all right? With, well, Garfield he's just an enemy of the state anyway. He's a spiritual enemy of us. He's not going nowhere if he's not one of the elect. I clearly don't believe he's one of the elect. So he's pretty much he's a persona non grata to me. Look that word up, or somebody put it in the chat.
Secret disciple of GMS.
And that's true. That when Madai, that was his name, Captain Zara came in, he was following brothers out in the Midwest that were members of the GMS. And they had the, the chat rooms and stuff like that. And his name was Madai at that time. He even said that in one video that my name used to be Madai. That's the name that he came up with. But he got with the ISUBK, they gave him the name of Tazariak. But the original people that he was following concerning being an Hebrew Israelite in the scriptures were members of GMS out in the West. And then I asked brothers to do a video to say it, to back it up. And they say, yep, he came up under us. And Captain Zariak said that one of the brothers told him, he asked the brother, which is the true camp? And the brother from GMS said, ISUBK is a true camp. Now, why would a man from GMS be a part of GMS and tell somebody else that the true camp is ISUBK and not be a part of ISUBK? And the brothers the elder brother did come back and address that. He said, we never said that. So the scriptures speak about slander, right?
I believe you were learning under them brothers from Mississippi. Now, the brothers that know what I'm talking about, they can correct me in the comment section. But Captain Tazariak, he also comes out of GMS. He's a secret disciple.
In other words, he was following members of GMS. Then he went to the ISUBK. Facts.
GMS, before he got with his commanding general, Yohana, which, by the way...
And I believe he also got in contact with... because the elder, the head of GMS Dallas, he was on the chat too. And he didn't like the fact that, we spoke about women a certain way. I wasn't there, so,
Way, when I first joined the Israelite school, 1 West 125th Street. I was underneath General Yohana. Back then he was no commanding general, he was just general. He wasn't in the camp down, mostly. All right, so that's one of the reasons why I left Yohana, because I felt I wasn't really learning anything from him. He was a cool guy. I mean, the camp than Yohana was. And I can honestly say that because I was with both. So I can make that distinction, you know? So, anyway, let's listen some more. So, Captain Tazariak is playing like he was never part of GMS. Well, what do you expect for this guy? This guy, and then he has the nerve. He mentioned in this lesson, he mentioned about being some guys are flip-floppers. Where you got that term flip-flopper from? All these guys, they bite GMS, but then they bite from us, right? They take what they like of us, right? Because we're the most avant-garde camp. We're the most innovative. We're the most, we're the camp that's popping. As a matter of fact, you go back to the summer of 2007, when we came on YouTube, that's when this Hebrew Israelite thing, the Rakar, I guess that's his title of the GOCC, GOC. And you had this Hebrew Israelite thing of ours, man. The GMS, Great Millstone. Okay? So all these guys, they steal, they bite from us, and at the same time, they turn around and they slander us, like what you're witnessing here. Let's go.
GMS teach what you can do with underage girls. GMS had...
You hear that? You hear this guy? You hear this guy? So I know you brothers are going to jump on this dude, man.
My question again is, what constitutes an underage girl? I know as far as this system that we underage is anything under 18. Well, it depends on the state. Certain states they can be under 15 if they're 14, or if they're 13. Certain states are younger. Boston, 16 is the age of consent for a woman. New York is the age of consent is 18. And maybe 10 years ago, they just changed the law in New York State that you can marry a girl or a woman, because she is a woman, a young woman, at the age of 14. And they just recently changed that, I believe it was 10 years ago. As a matter of fact, we're going to go into... See, we don't get emotional, all right? So he's going to equate the Captain's... the Alizé thing to the pagan incident, which has nothing to do with having sex with girls, period. So let's go. New York law, you can marry a girl 14 years old. I wanted to go to New York law. Okay, let me tell you, in many parts of the world, including some states in the United States, it is illegal for a 14-year-old to marry, though it is often with parental or judicial consent. Right? Child marriage is still prevalent in the U.S. Now, I'm going your route, Captain Zariak. You pulled out something. Okay, let me see here. Just the facts, man. Just the facts. Okay, let me see which. All right. Children marriage is still legal in 2/3 of U.S. states. Here's why. Child marriage was legal in over 50 states until 2018. Wait a minute. Child marriage was legal in all 50 states until 2018. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 7 years ago. Since then, 16 states have passed bans, and advocates continue to push lawmakers to end the practice. States that have banned child marriage. So these are the states right here. So you can marry a young girl, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, for all these states, right? Child marriage is still legal in 2/3 of U.S. states. Here's why. And I remember when in New York, so they changed it during Andrew Cuomo's time. So we're talking 6-7 years ago. So, you know, you got the Dallas camp, the brothers in Dallas, they can marry, meet a girl that's 13. They wait until she hits 14. When she has her birthday, you can get married, and you can lay with the woman. Okay, so underage would be considered 13, 12 years old, right? So my question is to Captain Zariak, you know, as far as underage girl is concerned, what constitutes an underage girl? And that's biblical and state-wise. Let me come back to that. Okay, so that's all I got to say. The proof's in the pudding, baby. So the ball is in your court, Captain Tazariak. Shalom. See, you mess with us, we're going to go into you doing what we did. You brought out that thing about the grape laws, I think it was. And you said prior to that, you can grape and this, that, and the third, prior to 73 and 1973 and so forth. And the guy that you were talking about, what's his name? Wilson, whatever the fuck his name is. You know, he wasn't up on that law. And you did bring out the facts. So guess what? I can bring out facts too. Okay, so it's on you, my man. So let me just close this. Matter of fact, let me close some of these apps down. But I don't know. I don't understand what we have to do with Al-Azhar and his situation. It's alleged, and I'm gonna say alleged because he's denying. He said he never did nothing. So I'm not a judge. I'm not a jury. I don't have the evidence. It's a one woman that was a lesbian. So you can. Well, first of all, she's a lesbian. Maybe she, but you know, he semi believe I was gonna do it, and we talked about it. And that's why I don't say nothing about it, that situation. I'm not even concerned. Okay? But just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Anyway, shalom, on to the next.